Okay, so today we have a sit-down video. We're not going to be exploring anywhere in today's upload or this week's upload because we haven't explored anywhere. That's why. That is the main reason. Next week we've got some cool places we're going to be going to as well, so stay tuned for that. And in today's video we are going to be talking about something very, very interesting and useful to any of you explorers. Today we are going to be discussing what is essential for when it comes to Urbex exploring. So yeah, today we're going to go through the top 10 things that you're going to need to know about before you head off, or things that you need to know before you head off, or things you should already know before going out to do Urbex exploring. So today we're going to be discussing them, and yeah, let's get into today's video. Okay, so in at number 10 we have know your location. Okay, so this may sound a bit stupid, but you need to go into depth for this. For example, say you found a really cool looking church. You've found out about it online, somebody went and took pictures of it, and you're going to go, oh yeah, let's go there. Well, first of all, you need to know where it is, and you need to know your basic things about it. So do some sort of research behind it. You can't just go, oh, let's head off to here and hope for the best. You need to know if there's security or anything there, and you also need to plan your exits and everything like that. For example, if you get in there and you were to encounter some sort of problem, say something started to fall down or somebody horrible or something was in there, you need to know where you're going and how to get out. So that's an essential thing. Okay, so next up we have details in at number 9. So details then very similar to number 10, which was know your location, whereas with details you need to know a bit more simple things. For example, does the building have any asbestos or anything like that? Is it black mold in there? Is it near collapse? So you need to know where you're walking. You need to be careful about all that stuff as well. If you do a perimeter check on the outside, you'll be able to see if it's starting to decay and stuff. If a wall is sinking in, then don't be stupid and go and climb that wall. You know, it doesn't really make much sense. So that sort of stuff is essential when it comes to seeing these places. For example, if you're going in an underground mine or something like that, and you don't know any details about it, you just go, oh yeah, let's go down there, and then the thing collapses because it's years old and it was near rust, then yeah, that's why researching in details is important when it comes to this stuff. Okay, so in at number 8 then we have to be on guard. Now that sounds a bit stupid, but you constantly have to know your surroundings when it comes to these things. For example, we went to explore an abandoned house in the middle of the mountains. So we parked up and we had to scope the place out first before going in there. You have to constantly be on guard. You need to, if you hear a noise, you need to know what that noise is or inspect what that noise is. The last thing that you want to be doing is bumping into any weirdos or anything that live in abandoned places. And yeah, so you got to be constantly on guard, and you need to know your surroundings, and you also need to know if there's anybody in there. If you hear any noises, stay away, find out what it is, and get out of it if it's serious. Okay, so in at number 7, not many people do this. I don't really do it specifically because the places I go to are usually quite local. But yeah, this one is you need a map. Now, if you're going somewhere further across your country or whatever, you need to have some sort of basic perimeter check of the building. If it's especially if it's a large building. So say if you're going to, I don't know, Denby Asylum or something like that. That place is huge. So you need to have some sort of idea of where you are in the building, because the last thing you want to be doing is falling over or something, bumping your head, waking up, or I know that's very far-fetched, but these things can happen, or something collapsing on you and you have no idea where you are in the building. So a map or some sort of layout of the building is essential as well, especially when they're big. As I said, if it's local, you're fine, but if it's a massive place like an asylum or a factory or something like that, you need some sort of map. Okay, so next up we have clothing in at number 6. Now, this sounds quite obvious anyway, but you'd be surprised the amount of people that don't actually listen to it. So clothing is essential when going into places, especially when you're not meant to be there. For example, people wear like fashionable clothes, like bright red tops or something like that. You're gonna get seen. You're gonna stand out for a mile, and yeah. So yeah, when it goes into places like that, you need to be either wearing some sort of plain color like green or something like that, or black. Basically, because you don't want to be seen. Even if you're supposed to be in there and you're filming, you still don't really want to be seen because it draws attention and people go,
oh look, they're over there. Let's go see what they're doing.
Or look, they're in my territory.
So yeah, clothing is essential. Wear plain, dark colours so you don't get spotted, and if you do get spotted, at least then you blend in. Okay, so in at number 5, we're in our top 5 now. This is quite a basic thing. You'll be very, very surprised the amount of people that don't actually pay attention to it. You need to know your purpose for going into these places. I mean, a lot of people go into them like, oh, that looks really, really cool, which is fair enough. Go in, have a explore, whatever. But some people go in there like, oh yeah, let's go wreck that place. Let's smash the window. I'm bored. Let's go destroy things. If you're gonna go see these places, don't cause damage. I mean, just leave it there for the other person to go and see it as well. It's just a shame seeing buildings like that wrecked. They've been so preserved for so long. It's a shame to see people just go and destroy it and stuff, and then it just ruins it for the other people. So make sure you know your reason why you're going in there, and make sure you're not causing any damage, and yeah. Okay, so in at number 4, I think this is a very key part. You need respect going into these places. It sounds very, very stupid, but going back to the researching of places, you need to know of what has happened to that building. For example, you don't want to be going into a church to find out that it was burnt down by some weirdo and people died and stuff in there, and they're messing around and destroying the place. Like, you need some sort of details about it, and you need to be respectful about where you are. Okay, so number 3 then, we have gloves. Now, personally, in my videos, I don't really wear the gloves. I mean, I wear the fingerless gloves, which I do have around here somewhere, which I can't seem to find. But yeah, if you're going into somewhere that is very, very old and is also containing a lot of rust, I would advise to wear gloves. My voice broke then. Sorry, gloves. You don't want to be picking up anything that has been affected by rats and stuff like that. You must remember that building has been there for years and years, and things do go onto it. For example, mice, rats, any rodents, anything like that, they all carry diseases, and you especially do not want to be getting that on your hands. Okay, so number 2, we have a torch. Now, it's quite obvious, but always bring a torch. Even if it's somewhere that you don't even think is going to be that dark, always have a torch on you. I mean, most people have their phones anyway, but if you don't have a phone, make sure you have some sort of torch. Preferably because last thing you want to be doing is getting lost in the dark. Now, if it's daytime, it's not too bad, but if it's a massive building and something happens and you get stuck there until nighttime, you don't want to be walking around a dark building in the dark. So, yeah, that is why you need to bring a torch, because you need to be seeing what is around you and you need to be aware. You need to be able to see, so make sure you have a torch. Okay, so before we get into our number 1, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I upload loads of exploration videos all around my country, Wales, and eventually I'll be in the United Kingdom. So yeah, please make sure you go and subscribe. We check out so many cool places, and I really reckon you would enjoy them. So click that subscribe button now. So in our number 1 spot, we have a massive thing, and it's a mask. Now, a lot of people don't wear these, and I think it's very stupid. I mean, I've seen people go underground before. I think it was a military base or something like that, and they didn't have any masks on. It's an essential thing. You have to wear it. Just think, right, say you go into a building and you see it's all corroding and everything, and the wall and the paint and everything is coming off. It looks amazing, doesn't it? But you're not taking into account that that stuff is also in the air all around you, and the more you breathe, that is going into your lungs. So it's a massive important thing to just bring one of these. They're pretty cheap. You can get a pack for like £1 or $1 or whatever, and make sure you wear one. Personally, I have a scarf thing I wear. As you can see, even this kind of protects you. I mean, it doesn't protect you as well as a breathing mask, but it does. I don't know what I'm doing with this, but it does a good job, and that is basically what you need to protect you from any mold or paint or anything like that. You just don't want to be breathing that stuff in. It's bad for you. And yeah, Okay, so without further ado, that is going to be the end of this week's video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like and comment. Let me know what you thought, and maybe there's something I've missed on my list, so make sure you go and leave that in the comments below. As I said as well, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe and support this channel. We're doing very well lately with subscribers. We've gained about 10 in the last 2 weeks, so that's kind of a new big deal for us. But yeah, as I said, comment, subscribe if you're new as well. And yeah, I've been Andrew, and I will see you in another video. Peace out.